EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Washington football team. First quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
2nd and 8.
Now Locke. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Makes this Washington 7, Broncos 0.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Locke taking the snap at 1. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He'll go up top here for... It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Broncos score. K.J. Hamler. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Is good.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7.
Sam Martin set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
2 yards.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's Haskins, a quick throw out wide.
Haskins.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Intercepted.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time. And you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
1st down, Denver.
On first down, Locke. He completes this to Sutton. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It's a gain of 35. They look to throw. It's Locke. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. K.J. Hamler with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
Makes the score, Broncos 14, Washington 7. Sam Martin set to kick off.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And returning it, here's Hamler. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
41-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Lock now on 1st down. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. K.J. Hamler doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score, Broncos 21, Washington 7.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Haskins. And he'll find Hall. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Washington.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
To the first quarter with the score, Broncos 21.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Haskins out of the gun. That'll be caught at Steven Sims. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Steven Sims, his second touchdown on the season. And Washington has made this a one-score game. And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded in the end zone. Gets past one man. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins over the middle, complete. It's Hall. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hall. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. At the 10.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. And Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. By kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw it is Locke. This is Hamler on the receiving end. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. K.J. Hamler on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability.
Is good.
And he's got it up and through.
Broncos.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
From midfield now, Haskins. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
The tackle
behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Throw left side complete. It's Love. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd down and 10.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Haskins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So backed up closer to the danger zone here from the 2. This is 2nd and long. In his end zone, here's Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Locke's pass.
A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards.
43 yards. And the Broncos
on 1st and 10, here's Locke. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And his guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Intended for Bryce Love. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Final play of the half. It's Haskins. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Justin Hopkins for the Washington.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Set to kick off.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses them about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you put something out there, you're giving yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 20.
On 2nd down, it's Love. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington able to make this a close game again. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. There's an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Block now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete. Okuebunam. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. On first down, here's Love. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29.
From the 29, Haskins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
On the tackle.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make it.
Yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. The 20. 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
And he'll bang that one through.
Makes the score Broncos 35, Washington 23. Sam Martin set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Intended for
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Escaping the play. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Back now here on EA Sports.
23.
It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. Washington on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be third and forever. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Going up top for Kupp. It got his man complete. And all the way up to the 47-yard line. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 45 yards. Clock now on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and that'll bring up second down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line, 24-yard line.
Down Broncos.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he stopped immediately there.
Melvin Gordon.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Locke. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown.
Touchdown, Denver.
K.J. Hamler there to make the grab. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And that one makes this a 19-point game.
Makes the score Broncos 42, Washington 23.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From the gun, Haskins. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 14-yard line.
Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw. A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. He's at the 30, past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. K.J. Hamler taking it in. And the Broncos will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Greg Dortch on the return. Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to let it fly. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit. And that'll make this a 19-point game.
Good. Makes the score Broncos 49, Washington 30.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. The Broncos are going to get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now Gordon on 1st down. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Touchdown.
Melvin Gordon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Haskins, and he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
And he finds McLaurin. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First down, Washington. Haskins finding McLaurin. Throwing again, here's Haskins. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Sack.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now in desperation, he's got a man complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Steven Sims Jr., his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And Washington able to cut into that deficit.
Is good.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make this a 19-point ball game.
Washington 37.
So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They'll actually throw it with Locke. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. That time he was looking for Jerry Judy. And now it's 2nd down. To throw again. Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. That's going to be caught. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. One final shot for Haskins. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.